And what's up, everybody? Krakenol here, and we're on to the third Precon upgrade video. We're doing the Heroes deck today. I just want to thank everybody for helping me grow this channel again. These videos have been my popular too. We're still pumping some out, but these ones have been increasing the subscribers and views for us. I think I'm even beyond what I am here in the little analytics. But here for Just Guy Heroes deck, I'm going to choose Director Nick Fury to helm this one and put Captain America into the 99. I just believe with the hero reduction and his trigger of whenever you attack, look at the top 4 cards of your library, you may reveal a hero from among them and put them in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in any order, and then of course if you are playing with an upgraded mana base or fetches, you can kind of shuffle that stuff back in. But it's a hero selection as well as hero reduction, and he doesn't have to attack to trigger that. Captain America Team Leader, it can go better for a go wide deck, and then it gives the vigilance and haste, which is good, but I just believe it's better in the 99. So these are the cards that I want to cut from the deck. Keep in mind, whatever you want to cut, you can cut. These are just the ones that I feel are best to cut, and then we'll have some replacements later. Typically, I give a lot more replacement recommendations than I do cut recommendations, and then I leave the rest to you and your imagination, since this will be your deck. So Falcon and Red Wing, he is a hero, but this is kind of more I guess if your Captain America is your team leader and it's not Nick Fury, you'd go with him. But this the one birds are not heroes, so Gift of Immortality. I just feel like there's better things you can be doing than just saving your one card. Because if they get rid of this, then that your whole turn, is gone. Captain Marvel, Spaceborne. I do love the Cosmic Awareness effect, and this is one of those ones that it's do you take it out? Do you not take it out? And if you don't like some of my suggestions, you could always keep this one in. But I do like the effect. As long as your opponent casts a spell this turn, which they most likely will, then you can hold up mana and cast. But cut for me. Patriot Shield Wielder, 1 on the white, 2/2, just gives another creature hexproof into the end turn. I kind of feel like it's just draft chaff inside my commander deck. Axed. We got Dismantling Wave, 2 in a white. Each opponent destroy 1 target artifact enchantment that player controls, or you can cycle it and do them all. I just feel like there's better cards we can be playing for that mana cost. 3 is not bad, but the cycling cost. Speed, Young Avenger, 1 in a red, 2/2, haste, and then whenever you cast a non-creature, you can pick 1. Target creature can't be blocked. Just feel like there's better things we can be adding. Photon, Mighty Marvel, 3 in a red, 2/4, flying whenever it deals combat damage to a player, add that much mana, and until end turn you don't lose mana as steps and phases in. I feel like we're not going to have a whole lot of mana open in this deck. We're just going to be slamming heroes and getting into combat. Firebird, Blazing Ranger, 2 in a red, 1/3, flying whenever Firebird attacks. Other attacking creatures get XO into the end of turn, where X is Firebird's power. Different deck. Like the card, I just feel like it goes in a different deck, so we're cutting them. Then we got Hawkeye, Avenging Archer, 2 blue and a red. I just feel like this one goes in a deck that's dedicated more to his style. This is another one that if you want it, and then you want to throw a Basilisk Caller in the deck, and then you just have that synergy where you can ping, but then you're gonna need. I feel like you want an untap and a tap kind of thing going on, so you can just machine gun down the board. So just leave that one to your discretion. Got 1 in a blue, 2/1 Pepper Pots. Just returning up to 1 other artifact creature to your own's hand. I just don't. It's more like draft chaff in my commander deck. Hulkbuster Armor. Yeah, it's got equip 3 to a hero, which most likely is going to cost that. I just don't want to be doing much equipment stuff in this deck. Now putting this in the actual Captain America, not the one that's in this, the Secret Lair one that's focused on equipment, different story. Thor, Asgard's Avenger. This one is if a sorcerer you control deal damage, it basically just does 1 more. I just think that we add this Thor from the main set. So Axe. And then we got Rip Apart. Just think there's better spells we can be casting. Captain Marvel, I just don't think we have that many counter synergies, like shield counters, indestructible counters, etc., to be playing her. And then we got Love on the battlefield. I think this one just is like so much. It's like behind the curve. It's like when you attack with exactly 2 creatures, then they get first strike, and then you draw a card, and then it's just not on curve. Basically, you want to play Nick Fury on 3. You don't want to play this, and then you're most likely not attacking with just 2. You want to be attacking with more. So, axed. Okay. I say this in most of my commander videos, but if you want to be spiky and you want to play a bunch of the game changers and stuff, of course, they're great in your deck. Put them in your deck if they match in your colors. Obviously, Worldly Tutor doesn't go here, but okay. So this little package is what I decided to put together from the Spider-Man set because a lot of those Spider people were heroes. So you got your Spectacular Spider-Man, 1 and a white, 3/2, Flash. Pay 1, Spectacular Spider-Man gains flying to the end of turn, or pay 1, sacrifice Spectacular Spider-Man and creatures you control get hexproof and indestructible. This would be the kind of thing you might leave up. You know, you got your Director Nick Fury, and you leave up 1 white and then a colorless, and so that you only have 2 mana up, and they don't realize you can flash this in, sack it, and save your board from a board wipe. Spider-Woman, Stunning Savior, 1 in an Azorius, white or blue, 2/2, Flying Venom Blast. Artifacts and creatures your opponents control enter tapped. Very powerful, especially in a game of Commander. Lots of artifacts, lots of creatures entering. I feel like this one's just kind of like a slam dunk enter. Ariana, Heart of the Spider, 1 red and a white, 3/3. Whenever you attack with a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature, whenever you attack, put a 1/1. And then whenever a modified creature, which would be something with an equipment or a 1/1, deals combat damage to a player, exile a top card of your library, and you may play it this turn. I chose her. I mean, she is great if you have like the other Cap out, that's the face of this, or you're playing him as the commander, but she also triggers it herself because you can put the 1/1 on the creature and then still get that effect. Then you got Bio-Organic Carapace, 2 white and a blue. When it enters, it automatically attaches. I like equipment that does that. And then whenever equipped creature gets 2/2, it has when it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card for each modified creature. So you're at least drawing 1. This deck does have a small 1/1 synergies, and then you got cards like Ariana. If we put that in there, that also you might be refilling your hand. Then I have the next few cards. Since this is a new type in Hero, other than Spider-Man, we don't really have much to build onto. So here we have a lot of cards from the main set. That's why we cut some of those drafty cards, what I feel, for some of these more strong cards. So you got King T'Challa, 1 and a blue-white, 3/2, Flash. Whenever a player draws their second card each turn, you get to draw a card. Flip side, 4 and a blue-white, 3/3, Flash, double strike, prevent all damage Black Panther that would be dealt to Black Panther, and whenever Black Panther does combat, draw a card. I think his first half is a little better than his second half, but late game, double strike with a bunch of like modifications, 1/1s, etc. is pretty good. Monica Rambeau, Flying Prowess, 2 white, 3/3, also a human. Flying and Prowess is pretty darn good for 3 mana, 3/3, especially if you get any counters on her at all. That being said, I think it's a little weak on the front side when you're mostly casting heroes in this deck. However, I think it's better than some of the other cards that we cut. But on the back side, Flying Hexproof Prowess, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. That's the side I'd be playing first, most likely, and then you can add your Carapace or something like that, which still would trigger it, and then it's putting it on all of your creatures. These are also main set cards. Guess we do have a little more equipments than I did originally think, but we got Thor, God of Thunder. We're just going to do like a swap Thor for Thor. Unless you want to play all the Thors. Again, that's why I said it's up to you. 3 red, 5/5, flying. Whenever Thor enters, you exile a target equipment, instant, or sorcery from your graveyard. Probably won't have that many. Granted, I just said that. You'll probably have Mjolnir, and then you'll have like Carapace. Carapace. one or two other nice ones. Maybe you want to put some swords in there if you really want to, just to make him better. But then whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Thor deals damage equal to that spell's mana value. So if you cast like Mjolnir, he's going to do 4, for example. Then you got Mjolnir, pairs with Thor. Mjolnir enters, it deals 4 damage to one target creature, and then double all damage equipped creature would deal. I just think that's great. There's equip worthy. Equip worthy is a non-villain that's red or white that can equip it. There's tons of. You're looking at 3 of them on the screen right now that can actually use the hammer. And it also has discard this card. It deals 2 damage to each creature. So somebody's playing a bunch of elves and they didn't get out of control, or plants or whatever that you can't get through that are just a bunch of 1/1s, you can just board wipe. There. Hawkeye, Master Marksman, 1 and a red, 2/2, first strike and reach, which is pretty good. Trick arrows. Whenever Hawkeye becomes tapped, you may pay 1 up to 3 times. Net, can't block this turn. Explosive, Hawkeye deals 2 damage to target player, and then Boomerang, discard a card, draw a card. I just think having those modal options there are great on a card like this, and he's a hero. Like I said, he can equip Mjolnir, he can get some 1/1s, he's got first strike, reach, etc. Then you got Captain America, Wings of Freedom, 2 and a white, 3/1, flying, first strike, ward 1. Then whenever he attacks, each other hero, which is your deck, gets XX, where it's into the end of turn, where X is his toughness. Gotta find a way to boost him up, whether it's equipment or just the 1/1 synergies that come along with the other Captain America, or modifications from like Ariana, etc. I'm saying etc. a lot. Sorry about that. But on the base, if you're playing the Nick Fury and you're not playing the other one, it's giving everything +1/+1, which is not terrible on a flying body. Also, we have Daredevil. Daredevil, Man Without Fear, 2 red white, 3/4, Vigilance, Haste. Radar Sense. When you may look at the top card of your library any time. Whenever you attack, you may exile the top card of your library. If that card is a hero, Daredevil gets 2/1 to the turn, and then you may play that card. If you have Fury out, that card also gets reduction. So just a great card to replace that chaff from earlier. Doom variant, which is really Roaming Throne. Roaming Throne goes in creature-based decks to double up all those triggers. You don't have to use this variant, obviously, but this one just comes in a set. So if you're cracking packs and you pull this one, there you go. Got yourself a good card. Reconnaissance. This is an older card. Got reprinted in a few different sets, actually. But I just believe this goes in like every white-based attacking creature deck, because it's got 1 enchantment, remove target attacking creature you control, and untap it for 0. So, and you can do that multiple times. Basically, it just gives all your creatures vigilance. That's how to summarize it. You go to attack. If it doesn't have vigilance, it taps. You pay 0, you untap it. Vigilance. Champions from Beyond, X white white. Whenever this enchantment enters, create X 1/1 colorless hero tokens from Final Fantasy. Light Party, whenever you attack with 4 or more creatures, discard 2, draw a card. And then Full Party, whenever you attack with 8 or more creatures, those creatures get 4/4 to the end of turn. Granted, I think this goes better with Captain America. I just think with heroes being in this deck, you can flood the board with a bunch of heroes. It's kind of crazy. But if you have Captain America out, or you're playing Captain America as your general, and you just, X is 10, 10 counters are going to go on Captain America, and then all of these are going to come in as 2/2s, and then you're going to have Vigilance and Haste, and you're going to attack, and they're all going to get +4/+4. Crazy. Then you got Heroic Intervention, which doesn't go in that deck. Flowering of the White Tree. You got white white, legendary enchantment, legendary creatures you control get 2/1 and have Ward. And then non-legendary creatures you control get 1/1. So most likely, since we're in Marvel, everything's a legendary creature. If they're not, because they're like the hero tokens, they're still getting +1/+1, and this only costs 2 mana. Crazy card. And They Shall Know No Fear, 1 and a white, instant, choose a creature type, creatures you control of the chosen type get 1/0 and indestructible. It's just one of those cheaper non-creature spells I think you should cast to save your creatures, versus some of the ones we cut. You got Danny Pink, 3 and a blue, 4/3, human soldier advisor, so he is not a hero. Mentor, creatures you control have whenever 1 or more creatures are put counters are put on the creature card for the first time, you can draw a card. And the Mentor can also trigger that if he attacks with one and his power is greater than theirs. So, small little modification, +1/+1 counter thing going on here. Then you got Urza's Incubator. Choose a creature type, and those creature types get reduced. There's plenty of effects like this that you can grab any of them you want. This is a rather pricey land, but 3 Tree City. As 3 Tree City enters, choose creature type, heroes, and then 2, choose a color and add amount equal to the number of creatures you control of that. So it's like a Nykthos, but for the creature type. Mox Amber. This is going to be adding pretty much Jeskai for free as long as you own like Fury. So you could technically play Fury, play this, tap it. There you go. Play another 1-drop or something. All right, we got through that one. We're 3 out of 4 down. We got Wakanda tomorrow. Again, if this is not the style you'd want, you can cut and add anything you'd want. This is just my opinion. Go watch the other 2 videos for the Doom and the Fantastic Four. I had a lot of fun with those. What cards are you most excited to play with? For me, it's still going to be Dr. Doom, kind of like playing that deck. I think upgrading that deck was much better choice. There's so many things to cut from that deck. But comment down below what you plan on playing with. Remember, just don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this comment. And you can find me on Twitch if you want to watch me play MTGA when Marvel comes out. Catch you guys on the next one.